Some songs shake the walls, others level the whole damn building. Welcome to Tracks on Trial, the podcast that lights the fuse, cranks the gain, and asks the only question that matters: does it rock or does it just make noise? 3 tracks, 3 bold defences, 1 unstoppable jury, only 2 outcomes: topper or flopper. Plug in, turn up, and roll the intro. Up to 11. Exactly. Today's
25.
25? You can't
Or
tell
23, I don't know. It's my lucky number, I guess.
Wow. Right.
That's some amplifier.
But is there anything in between 10 and 23, or does it just jump all the way?
I hope there's something in between.
This could be a fun one today.
I reckon. Right. Today is a big one because
no Robert Plant.
Stop it. Robert Plant's left because we're stepping into the world. Stop it. We're stepping into the world of modern rock where riffs still roar, drums still hit like freight trains, and vocals can go from velvet to volcanic in a single breath. Rock didn't die. It just put on a new jacket, learned some new tricks, and got a whole lot louder. From arena-ready anthems to experimental hybrids, we're diving into the music that kept the last 5 years alive with distortion, attitude, and everything in between. Before we climb on stage, though, make sure you're following the Tracks on Trial podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Hit the share buttons and do all those things. If you've ever jumped to a chorus, air guitar to a solo, or had a riff stuck in your head for days, and please do drop us a comment or a review. We'll read them, even the ones demanding that we bring back real rock. And remember, you can find our playlists on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube to hear all of today's songs in full. All right, amps are warmed up. Let's meet the jury. Andy, sir, handy, sir, how are you today?
I am handy, Andy. Thank you. And I am pretty good. Pretty good. Raring to go. Looking forward to this. Even though
it's a Friday night for you right now, right?
It is. So. Or Saturday morning now.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we're there now.
Wow. Yeah. From the future, the flux capacitor is charged, and I am broadcasting ahead of time.
Wow. You are
great movies.
You're amazing.
I'll tell you what, give you a few hours, it's looking good. All right.
You're the rock star. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Sam has it together for us today, because I think we're about to be wild. Sam's just gonna be like, stop it. Stop.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
No.
And me and you would be like the naughty kids in school, and Sam's a teacher.
Children, back in your boxes.
Don't make me get the hose. A few whacks with a yardstick.
Goodness, that is rolling back the years.
That is.
AJ, how are you on this fine morning for you?
I'm doing well. I'm starting to put myself back together. Got back from Nashville last night, so the back and forth game is strong.
Living the rock and roll dream. You had an award ceremony or something this week?
It was the CMA, so the Country Music Association Awards night was Wednesday night. So yeah, it was a good time.
Having a great time. Saw you all dolled up, looking great.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess I threw myself together all right.
Just threw a little something on. Anyway, let's get stuck in this week's theme. Rock.
Oh, hang on, quickly.
Oh, yeah.
How are you? Seems you're the host.
Yeah, you skipped yourself.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, well, Mr. Consistent over here. I'm absolutely fine. Never complaining, because there's never anything worth complaining about.
Well, hang on. Let's see what songs we got today. You might want to complain about some of those. I might put my glasses back on.
He wants to flapper my songs already. I already know.
You'll have to wait and see for that. Anyway, this week's theme, rock from the last 5 years, the new giants, the surprising reinventions, and the genre-bending bands, proving guitar music is nowhere near done. All sorts of stuff coming your way. Let's just get stuck into it. Andy, I'm putting you up first today. Let me give you your rock and roll intro, Andy, the man whose playlist is 50% riffs, 50% West Country cider, and somehow still 100% volume. He grew up in the UK, lives in Australia, but unfortunately has likely crowd surfed less than he's eaten pot noodles. He's bringing us a track that promises big drums, big guitars, and even bigger opinions. Strap in, his long pick is about to shake the room.
Nice.
Thanks.
Is this the honourable first?
No.
We're going in with the first big one.
I want your the biggest one you can give me.
Oh, might be have a problem here.
Sam's asking for the long game, okay? He wants it right now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do this then. I defined this category because in there it said alternative, indie, and everything as well. It wasn't just rock when you opened up the whole category thing. So I'm not full on face metal.
You do you, Andy.
Okay.
You do you, boo-boo.
So I've gone for a band called the Fratellis. In the noughties, the Fratellis were an indie band. Their biggest hit was Chelsea Dagger. Roaring guitars, that's a catchy anthem, catchy melody. I used to play that as well. And the crowd loved it. It's a jumpy, singy, shouty, out loud type of song. Fast forward 20 odd years, 15 years. So this song I put forward is called Half Drunk Under the Full Moon. They brought this album out 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Very, very different to anything they have previously released. Took it another direction. It's very different from the indie bass Costello music. It's a real rich harmony, do-wop, if you will, type of sound. They brought in a do-wop band or a vocal harmony group, trio, called the Wild Tonics, which, they do themselves dressed in the 20s outfits in very doo-woppy, which they are very good actually on their own as well. But they brought these girls in to sing with them on this album, and it really makes it. And the other interesting thing about it as well is rather than just the strumming guitars and the bass and the keys and the drums, there isn't much of that. It's more of a layered sound over the whole album, but this track especially. It's more clever use of reverbs, echoes, delays, and more arpeggio guitar playing rather than strumming and just picking out chords. It sounds a little bit like Smiths in a way the production brings through, whereas picking out the bits rather than just having a wall of noise. This song reminds me of like a French can-can Amadeus type dance in a French chateau, so you can imagine them all like with the wigs and the white faces and everything, and they're going to do like a waltz sort of thing and an Amadeus type thing. When the song kicks in and it's got that beat to it, you can just feel, or imagine, I can, all these people dancing around, not doing a can-can, but a French can-can waltzy type thing, all dressed up as if they were just coming out of the French Revolution. The lyrics are really, really interesting as well. Especially, it really sticks out to me in the chorus, and I'll just pick these bits out. This is the start of the chorus, and they all got down to the Cinderella quick step, which kind of reiterates what I was saying about the dance and the French dance. In living color, cheekbones like Johnny Depp. And that just made me laugh when I first heard it.
I love it. His face is a little more round these days, but
he is a little bit more rounder, aren't they? But initially, yeah, is there. And if you picture what these French people who used to do these dances look like, they had that very chiseled look. And I found that quite resonating to the point I was trying to get to. Let's play a bit, Sam, and then I'll carry on after.
Right on. Here it comes.
Right. Okay.
Coincidentally, I chose your Johnny Depp Cinderella lines for my little clip.
Perfect. Good. Yeah, I'm glad that they got in. But it just tells the story, you know, and it's a very folky storytelling, melancholy kind of lyrical journey, you know, and it brings the melodies in, and it's a spectrum of emotion across the whole 5.5 minutes in this song. And the music on it, there's a lot going on, even though they were very clever in how they produced it. You know, with the chorus is lower key, and then you come out of the chorus and the drums kick in a bit more, and then it mellows out again. It's just, when I first heard that album, considering it's a band who are indie rockers, you know, and considering what Costello music was, I was stunned by just they come up with that. And you read interviews around with John Fratellis, and he was there saying, I just wanted to push a vocal album rather than a musical album. I had all these melodies in my head and I didn't know where to take them, and we decided to push it that way with the lyrics, and then build the melody or the music around afterwards, where usually he's got the tune and then writes behind it. But yeah, something really different that, and I thought that might be a little bit of intrigue for you both.
Yeah, it did intrigue me. I mean, you wouldn't know it was the Fratellis unless you were told it was the Fratellis. If you compare it to the sound that you know, Chelsea, Chelsea, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a real drinkers song, isn't it? Chelsea, 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 all that stuff. And this is almost much more of an art piece. As you say, it's got that throwback, dated, retro thing, but trying to do it.
It's a very retro indie vibe, big time. Yeah.
Which is why I said it's like a little bit like the Smiths, you know, going back to that 80s sound, a little bit Johnny Morris.
Yeah. It's clever, it's chill, and pun intended, the lyrics are cheeky.
Nice. I like that.
I can't help myself sometimes.
Very good.
No, so I'm big into lyrics, though. You know, obviously I like the way songs are put together, but whether it's a storytelling song or whether it's just got something clever about it or the way they put it together, I think that it's playful and clever, but it still has that it's got like a really chill vibe to it. You know, it's not heavy. It stays pretty playful the whole time. And it's interesting because when you said something about the Amadeus kind of style, I'm hearing Rock Me Amadeus in my head. And I'm like, wait, where's he going with this? And then I waited.
Yeah. So. More so the video. Do you remember the video for the Rock Me Amadeus?
Oh yeah.
that is the point I was trying to get across, is that video, and you feel like that song could do the same sort of thing.
Yeah. Total side note, I hear Rock Me Amadeus and I hear potato salad in my head every time I hear that song. But anyways.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
That's something else altogether, isn't it? Yeah. When did we get on talking about the American president? So there's controversy in there.
Let's keep this show. This show politics free, for heaven's sake.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Far
too divisive. Let's not go there.
Yeah.
Blue or red.
15 minutes, that one. All right.
Christ. Right. Back to the matter in hand.
Hashtag thankful, grateful, blessed.
Yes. Yes, exactly. All those things.
Caffeine cowboy. I'm feeling that right now.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeehaw.
Anyway, Fratellis.
Go for it.
We talked a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of sessions ago, about not being bothered, or in fact quite liking artists doing different things, when we talked about Robert Plant, and you know, sort of saying we wouldn't have known that tune was him unless we knew it was him. And I'm in the same boat here. Like, no way I'd know this was the Fratellis. If I didn't know it was the Fratellis, and I don't mind that. Like, you're an artist, do what you want, and that's cool. I
would definitely have to look at who it was, you know, on the playlist for sure.
And then you go, huh? Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. There were two things for me that bugged me. One was, there's this really nice sort of build up, this big crescendo in the middle. It's, you know, it's building tension. It's kind of getting to this point. and then it goes, huh, and you're waiting for something, and it just left me with the bluest balls. I was like,
You flatlined.
and that upset me because it's like you've led me on, like you're stringing me on. I'm ready for it, and then it's like, no, off you go, pack your bags.
Yeah.
So that upset me.
Heading home before morning.
Exactly, yeah. and the other thing that upset me was that I felt that the song could have been really beautiful if it had been produced better. And I found myself trying to hear things, trying to pick out things in the mix. And I was like, what am I listening to? Because it got to the point where it was so washy, but also
Yes.
kind of squashed. And I was like, I want to hear what's going on, and I can't.
It was almost like there was like a plug-in over it that intentionally made it like kind of smush, like kind of not grungy, but what am I looking for? I totally understand what you're saying. You can't really like separate the parts and stuff that way because it's not really clear.
And I don't know what that's a result of. It could have been a crap producer, but that's unlikely with a band like the Fratellis because they're likely to be able to
It
afford a
almost
good
felt like an
producer.
intentional sound to me.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
deliberately trying to go for a more dated sound,
Yes.
perhaps playing with, fewer microphones, more of a, like in the good old days, you'd just record in mono. You'd stick one mic in the middle of the room, and then you just have to position yourselves around it and adjust the dynamics of your performance to make sure that it was balanced on the tape. And, I wonder if they were experimenting with any sort of retro miking techniques or recording to tape, or I don't know, but it just didn't feel successful to me. But that's a personal thing. Like, that's how I feel about it. Other people might be like, yeah, I love the distortion and the fact that I can't separate things. So,
well, and in editing, there's so many things you can do now. You can take a perfectly clear track and do that to it.
yeah.
You can make it, you can filter it however you want, basically. So that's, I mean, it's hard to say how they may have done it. That'd be kind of interesting to figure out how they did it, actually.
I know they use the same producer they've always used. Can't remember his name now. He's LA based. And the only thing I know they did do was experiment more with the effects and the way they played the acoustic guitars. But that would be interesting to find out what they put on after they've recorded, what they used, filters wise they used on that. That would be
from the
interesting
production standpoint, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the reverbs and stuff on there are pretty cavernous. They're big and they're long.
Yeah.
And when you're playing with reverbs that size, you've got to be so careful to keep clarity in the mix if you want clarity. It's easy to flood the mix out and just go, yeah, we'll just do this big washy playing in a cave thing. But if you still want clarity and you want to be able to hear stuff amongst all that big wash, you've got to know what you're doing in terms of frequency allocation, in terms of ducking the reverbs and making sure you haven't got too much low end build up and all this stuff that allows you to still hear things through that vast
I will
space.
say that really is a sound, though, like for a certain genre as a whole, like that indie side, like not necessarily alternative. It's almost like indie Americana. I'm not really sure what kind of a mix it is, but like I have whole playlists, that they affect everything that way. It almost all sounds the same, like it's a very intentional sound. Like you're saying, like to kind of almost make it sound older and a little bit more muddled so that it's not so clear. I'm not sure why that's a thing, but it's actually, there's a whole genre of music that goes for that now. So it is interesting.
And in terms of the production, like if it had been produced something like, I don't know if you know the record Some Cities by Doves, but I think that's a stunning sounding record. And that's got the big washy thing that I think would have sounded great for me on this record. Anyway, personal opinion, as I've said.
Interesting.
AJ, anything else you want to add, or shall we go to a vote?
I'm ready. I'm down for whatever.
Right. Well, my dear, are you topping or flopping?
No.
It's hard for me. So when I listen to it, I do enjoy it. Some songs just don't build. They just are a vibe. Like it's just a thing, right? And I've come to learn that and accept it. You're not always going to get this, you know, build to the end story crescendo. Sometimes it's just that's the song, right? And I don't know. I appreciate the feel of this song. It is its own, like they put it into a different, like that one section, kind of like I was talking about, like the people that are doing the throwback sound, like there's that home song, and they kind of, it's the same kind of vibe. Didn't not like it enough to flop it. It's not like a chart topper to me, but I do like it. I would probably listen to it again, but I'm not going to hit favorite on it. I think I'm going to let it survive. I'm going to say it's all right. I liked some of the stuff that they did in it. Yeah.
It's the cheekbones. I saw that.
It's the cheekbones. I mean, they talked about Deb's cheek. I mean, I like cheekbones. Cheekbones are good.
Hey.
Yeah. I used to.
Yeah, I had cheekbones once upon a time.
They're in there. They're still in there.
I mean, yeah.
No.
Oh, no.
Here she goes again. Oh.
There we go.
So the Fratellis have survived AJ's vote. I'm afraid they are not going to survive my vote for the two reasons that I cited, which is a personal thing. I'm not poo-pooing the song in any way. I think there's a lot of lovely things in the song from a songwriting perspective, from an artistic perspective. But for the blue balls and for the production that doesn't resonate with me, I'm flopping.
Oh no!
See, the songwriting saved it for me. So that's the defining thing there for me, I think. So.
Yeah. So obviously the song survives based on a 2-1 vote. So the Fratellis just about live to see another day.
There we go. Yes.
Right. We are going to speed on swiftly to Quickfire round 1. It's time to test our instincts. We've each bought a rock wild card fresh from the last 5 years. No warm-up, no tuning, no mercy. Let's see which track hits like a headliner and which one belongs. Back in the garage. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
15.
14, deadpan vocals, 13, razor sharp humour, 12, and a groove so 11, infectious it practically 10, smirks at you. 9, Chaise Long 8, is indie rock 7, stripped to its essential, 6, minimal, 5, weird, and ridiculously 4, catchy. 3, modern rock 2, with a wink, and it
1,
owns every 0. second. Wet Leg, Chaise Long.
That song, when I heard that, I disliked it to the point where I love it. It's just ridiculous. And there's a line in there.
It's a heck of a title too. It's a catcher.
It is, and it reminded me of like the Ting Tings and that sort of thing. But there is a line in there: "Is your muffin buttered? Can I butter your muffin?" Now that beats Robert Plant's Flopper. I'm sorry.
Let me note that down so that I know what this episode is called.
Can I butter your muffin?
Can I butter your muffin?
I butter your muffin. Yes. That's the
Hey, you know what?
title.
We're buttered rails. Fast track, straight to hell.
Yeah. No Flora. We're going straight in.
Buttered rails.
I'm right with you. When I first heard it, I was like, I hate this song. I hate it. I hate it. And then over time, it's just like, no, this is effing brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. And
For real.
I can't get enough of it. It's just like so bad. It's so brilliant. And it's just like, I can't stop listening to it. Why can't I stop listening to it? This is doing my head in. And then I find lyrics like that. And I'm like,
it's awful, right?
Yeah, it's shocking. But it's brilliant.
But I think they've won loads of awards and stuff, Wet Leg. They've been, they've made a real splash on the scene because they're doing something different. It's this indie, but I think your mind's in the gutter today.
Wet Leg made a real splash on the scene.
It must have been the butter dripping.
You said it.
I love it when the
muffin's dripping.
Yeah. I love it when the puns aren't even intentional.
It's just we got it like that.
Should I say when the buns aren't even intentional? Anyway, let's move on.
I think they're going to need a chaise lounge to lie on. Just listen to this episode,
and a mop for the butter,
not the muffin.
Not the
Catch
muffin.
the crumbs from the muffin, okay?
Right, AJ, you're up. Are you ready?
No, am I doing short game or long game?
Short game, please. Here we go.
Andy.
Sorry.
In a 3, 2, 1, go.
15.
All right.
14,
First honorable mention.
13,
This actually
12,
came out in 2020,
11,
and I had to
10,
go.
9.
There had to be a mention to Ozzy
7,
Osbourne. So he did a
6,
song with
5,
Post Malone,
4,
and
3,
it is called
2,
It's a Raid.
1,
I think you'd love it.
0.
Well, Ozzy Osbourne, what a legend, what a hero. Died, a couple of months ago now?
Yeah.
3 or 4 months ago, yeah.
And I thought, just before we briefly touch on the song, I thought the world's response to him dying was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Just so many people showing so much love for him in a way that they haven't for other rock stars.
Yeah. I was never a fan. Don't get me wrong, respect him for all what he's done through his career, and I couldn't stand the bloke, but yeah, obviously very sad him passing and everything. And I respect him for what he's done, but I was not a fan, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah. His craziness and his wildness shaped things in a lot of different ways, I think, especially like in the rock world, throwing back before it was just Ozzy, right? Like there was so much that like the groundwork was there for that sound that he's always had. But yeah, this song, it's a fun one. It's a raid, and they're talking about, hide everything, and it's fun, and it has a few shifts in it. Like there is a hard change towards the end where the whole sound shifts, and I get a props to old Posty. I mean, he can cover a lot of ground, man. He's actually very, very, very multi talented across different genres. He's worked with so many different people, and that has earned my respect for him as an artist, because a lot of people aren't even willing to do that, but he can do that, and he does it well. So when he sings on this song, I'm like, who would have thought? Like, you hear him come in like the second verse, and it's like, dang, he nailed that. Like, it was really well done. I liked it a lot.
I thought, to be fair to Ozzy Osbourne as well, he actually, because those some of the notes he was singing, they were quite there for him. Like his voice is gone years ago, wasn't it? But he actually did sing that well. Whether that's overproduced, I don't know. But it sounded all right.
Yeah, it was pretty well done. The production of it, I thought, was good. They both vocally sounded good. It had that typical vibe of, it was more of like it's that rock, but they almost threw in almost a little bit of punk in there on this one. Some of the sounds that they had in it. And I was like, okay, so we're like rock, hard rock, punk, and like mixed it all together. And you throw Post Malone in it, and I'm like, okay. I don't know. It's kind of a nice surprise for me. I like this song.
Cool. And I think old Posty covering a lot of ground. He must have had a bike.
Was it a motorbike or a pedal bike?
Wait a minute.
There it is.
There we go.
I tried to get that one in, but I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
No.
Ozzy and Post. It's on the playlist, which you can find in case you need reminding on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Andy, give us a short one, please.
Okay.
Here you go. In a 3, 2, 1.
15, 14.
So my
13,
first short one
12,
is an Irish
11,
singer
10,
who started out in the rockabilly world
7,
with her
6,
husband at the time, who was in a band
4,
called the Catmen.
3,
She's now collaborating a lot with
1,
Ronnie Wood
0.
and on tour at the moment with Jules Holland. This is Imelda May with Leave Me Lonely.
Imelda May.
I do love Imelda May.
Oh, I do. Her voice is just amazing. That song, especially, like her last two albums, really, really good. Like a little bit more rocky. Like one of her first albums, she covered "Tainted Love," but there's a song there called "Mayhem." I think the album's called "Mayhem," which is real rockabilly. But she's sort of really matured and grown into this artist she's become. She's a producer, but does a lot with Ronnie Wood and a lot with Jules Holland. She did something with Noel Gallagher as well a couple of years ago. But I just love her voice. Her range, the tone of her voice is just amazing, and love that song. Absolutely phenomenal.
Beautiful. Right. AJ, you ready for your long game?
As I'll ever be.
Well, then let me introduce you. And now, AJ, the powerhouse country artist with enough attitude to outsing half the rock charts. Don't let the cowboy boots fool you when it comes to modern rock. She's got a sharper ear than a mixing engineer on deadline day. Expect something bold, emotional, and maybe even a little dangerous Court, prepare yourselves. AJ, here we go.
Nailed it on the A Little Dangerous. Thank you very much. So this one is a female-fronted rock band, predominantly out of California. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to any Dorothy before, but her and this band, she is a powerhouse. I mean, this girl, she's not only is she gorgeous, but man, she can sing. This song is called Rest in Peace. I want to say that this came out on their album in either 2022 or 2023. They've had one out since. It's called Mud, but I went back to this one because I've actually referenced this during production for a couple of songs. I mean, it talks about, well, you'll hear it, but basically you can't have your chains on me if you're 6 feet deep. So you'll get the vibe. It's a little edgy. I like edgy. I write edgy a lot. It's a smooth way to have a little bit of shock value, I guess. But I love their sound, and being the girl in the group, I felt like they're very underrated. She's very, very talented, and the world should listen to more Dorothy.
Well, let's listen to some Dorothy then. Here she comes.
You're dead to me. Rest in peace. Black umbrella in the pouring rain. No preacher, no prayer to cry your name. A little too late to right your wrongs. No one's laying roses on your bones. No tears, no loving memories. Long is the road out of hell and the misery. So by my decree, you can't hang your chains on me. When you're 6 feet deep, this heart ain't yours to bleed. Now that yours no longer beats, hallelujah, I'm over you, yeah. I buried you, oh Lord, you're dead to me. Rest
There she is. There she blows.
There she blows. She's got a sound for sure. It's more of that register that I prefer to listen to, like the soft, pretty stuff doesn't really, there's times that call for it and you like it, but this is more of a lean towards the kind of things that I would actually listen, that I listen to, and this is a favorite in my personal playlists. So they've got a lot of other stuff out there, and some stuff hits heavier than that, but it's I don't know, they're very talented.
Yeah, she's got great kind of rasp, grit, dirt in her voice.
She's got that grit.
Yeah. And it's strong and full. It's not like, she doesn't feel like she's holding on. It feels
Right.
strong, but it's still easy. It feels like it's easy.
She's not forced. It's not like a pushed, a forced thing. Like that's just how she sounds. That's how she sings. That's how she presents herself. And like is a little bit like, she's very beautiful and like sophisticated looking, but she's very edgy. And it's like, ooh, she's like dangerous and mysterious. And like, there's that whole rock vibe there that I really appreciate.
Yeah. To me, like the song, it feels just like a really simple, balls to the walls rock song. It's like the song is the vocal, like it's the melody and the lyrics.
100% vocal.
Like the rest of the song is doing not very much. It's just power chords and and a straight drum beat. It's like okay,
she carries the whole thing vocally for sure.
Yeah,
but like that to me, that's the amazing part, because there's not very many people that can do that in the first place. Let's be real. They're covering things with effects and they're pulling up the guitars and they're but like she's very vocally talented, so that it does carry it and it pushes it, and the whole vibe of what they do is coming from her vocals. It's not the lead guitars and the whatever, which the writing is good. The imagery for her songs are done very well. It tells a story still, even for it being a rock song. So that's kind of how they earned my respect, I think, the vocals and the writing. And I mean, it's produced well, but it is all vocally carried.
Oh, the production's solid, for a modern rock song, the production's solid. But actually the thing that it got me asking myself was this a rock song? Or could it be an anything song? Obviously, this is produced as a rock song, so it is a rock song. But actually, you could take that lyric and that that melody and those lyrics, and you could make it into a folk song, singer-songwriter.
It could be a country song.
It
Oh
could
yeah,
be a country song.
100%.
Like it could
Yeah.
be presented any which way you want. And I think that is testament to the writing of the song, i.e.
Yeah.
lyric and melody.
Yeah, good songs can do that if they're really well written. You know, you can put a different spin on it, and you're like, oh hell, that'd be a damn good blues song. Well, where did that come from? You know, turn it into heavy metal. Okay, cool, let's do that. You know, so yeah, I definitely agree. The writing is very strong. So for me, the writing and the vocals, and it is a very well done production, as simple as it is. Sold me.
Yeah,
I love those
thought
guys.
I thought the production was, like I say, solid, but just very simple, like 80s rock. That was it. You know, so you got that 80s drum sound, mellows down, vocal carries it, hit the distortion on the guitars, hit the key bits, and that's it. Done. You know, and if it's not broke, why?
They're not
fix it?
over trying. It feels like, you know, like they're not like, let's layer it with 6 different things that we're not going to do in concert because we're not going to have all, you know, like I look at production that way. Like you can go back in and you can lay down electric wherever you want, or, you know, put in more drum here and do this here, but you're not going to have all those people. The 99% of the time, if you're going to perform that live, it's not going to be like that.
Yeah.
And they just can go out and that's the song, you know.
I thought her voice as well, before she gave it some, she has got an amazing voice. Tonally, she sounded a little bit like Patti Smith.
Oh yeah.
In the verses, the start of it all, you know, and then she sort of really gave it some in the choruses. Just like, whoa. But yeah, it's very kind of like 80s feel, rock opera type song.
Yes.
And I quite enjoyed it actually. I was surprised at myself. Like I'm liking your stuff, Sam, and now I'm enjoying 80s rock and like, what's going on with me?
But I love it because it's modern.
No.
You know, they're doing this, they're new, and they've got that sound. So I really, because I love hair metal and 80s rock. Like I'm, you know.
Yeah, no, I did. I listened to it tonight, a couple of hours before we came on air, and played it over and over again, half a dozen times. I really enjoyed it.
Well then, Andy, are you topping or flopping? I think I know.
Oh, I think I just gave my answer. I'm topping.
Yeah. I'm also gonna go for the top. Sometimes things don't need to be complicated, do they?
No.
So,
true.
Dorothy, you are a wiener.
Well done, Dorothy. You follow that
Dorothy
yellow
for the
brick
win.
road.
Excellent.
You follow that yellow brick road and stay away from the Tin Man, eh?
Exactly. Shall we spin some wheels?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
So
Right.
12 genres on the wheel. As a reminder, what have we already lost? Rock is obviously this week. We've had country Americana. We've had punk and hardcore. Those are out. So we want something else. Here we go. A drum roll, please.
Hang on. Wonky wheel.
Wonky wheel. 3, 2, 1.
Go. Uh-oh.
Yeah!
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Metal.
Heavy metal?
Metal and heavy music.
Woo.
Oh, no.
Come on.
What's
So,
it?
I'm happy. We've become a
Yeah.
rocker show. I'm down.
Oh my goodness. Metalcore, gent, death, doom, black metal. Oh, I could do this whole
You're-
show on my own.
Yeah, you could.
Goodness me.
What's degen?
Gent.
Yeah, what's
So,
that?
There's a style of metal where the guitars do a lot of just like
Right.
rhythms on one note.
Yeah.
And the sound they make is like gent, gent,
Okay.
gent.
Right.
That's where gent comes from.
Interesting. I never knew that. Learn something every day.
Exactly. Okay, wheel number 2. So we've got metal. Oh no, I just brought up the same one. Don't do that, you silly sausage. Close that out.
Silly sausage. I'm going to start using some of these phrases y'all say.
You silly sausage.
You silly sausage.
Right, categories. Here we go. So we've had wild cards already. We've had throwbacks is today. Can't remember what else we've had. But here we go. Let's spin the wheel. 3, 2,
The wheels on
1.
the bus go round and round.
Oh, no, we've had throwback.
No, keep going. Ooh.
Oh, streaming sleeper.
Oh my.
So
Okay.
streaming sleeper, modest attention but strong playlist potential. So we're talking something that has not got many streams online, I'm guessing. I mean, do we want to quantify it with a number, or are we just
I think
we leaving that
no.
open to interpretation?
I think so. It's going to be hard enough as it is, let alone putting a number on. But yeah,
Okay.
no. It's,
So we
I'm
get
excited for this. So it's basically not mainstream heavy metal. I am down for that. Like, ow. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm assuming I can't put my own music in at this point, because
I know. I'm
that's
like,
literally me.
can we put one of Sam's in here?
That's what I was
But
going to do.
You can't.
That's what
you
I was going to
can't.
do.
Well,
I got your bio as well.
You do. Right, Andy, you ready for your next short
Okay.
one? Here you
I'm
go.
ready.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
15, 14,
One of the big
13,
Britpop
12,
icons.
10,
This
9,
band split,
8,
come back together
7,
in
6,
2015, and then
5,
2023
4,
again
3,
played big shows at
2,
Wembley and released
1,
their new album,
0.
The Ballad of Darren. This is Blur, and the track is called The Narcissist.
Colchester Kids.
Very typically of Damon. Damon never writes anything the same. He always challenges himself. Been compared a little bit to Ray Davis. Ooh, so have I actually. So, if you sort of throw that one in my lyrics. The wit of Ray Davis, apparently. Someone said my lyrics were. Take that. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, no. This album, I was in two minds with this album. I love this song. This song is brilliant. And then the rest of the album, I just got totally bored. I thought, this is Damon going off on one. It's like, it's rubbish.
He's on a tangent somewhere
Yeah.
else.
And he does, like, you look at the other stuff he does, like the Gorillaz is great fun. His own stuff. Then he did another band called The Good, the Bad, and the Queen, which I quite enjoyed. And then he starts doing some other things, and I'm like, man, you're taking far too much acid or something. You know, you're just.
He went on a
sharp.
permanent trip.
Yeah, and he's always got to do something different, which I respect. But you know, it's like, okay, this is a bit. But that song, I think is just absolutely brilliant. So that is why I picked that.
Well, there we go. A little bit of The Narcissist from Blur. Very nice. Right, I'm going to go next. Here you go. 3, 2, 1.
15, 14,
Grounds is rock
13,
carved from
12,
concrete, relentless,
11,
rhythmic, and
10,
politically wired.
9,
The drums hit like
8,
marching orders, the
7,
guitars grind like
6,
machinery, and Joe
5,
Talbot's vocals
4,
feel like a manifesto. Heavy,
2,
hypnotic, and
1,
absolutely
0.
commanding. Idols, Grounds.
Bristol band,
Brizzy.
where I'm from.
Would never have
Brizzy.
guessed.
Yeah, that's yeah. They were in the town actually, just up from where I used to live.
Oh, right on.
I love this song. It almost starts with this kind of the Streets-esque edge, this kind of like just spoken word, semi-rappy but not, and it's really almost like monotonous in its groove, but it just builds to this really like gnarly, just heavy, rocky thing that just makes you go, ugh, like proper stank face. Stank face, exactly.
Thanks, face.
Yeah.
What face?
Stank?
Oh, thank God you clarified. Thought you said something else then.
No, like past tense of stink. Like you stink, you stank.
Yeah, I thought you said, thank God you clarified that.
No.
No, handy.
I think I need to start drinking again.
Yeah.
Get your head out of the gutter.
It's
Yeah,
early here, but you
just-
can't drink all day if you don't start early. You gotta start
Exactly. Right. Amy Jo, you ready?
for Quickfire.
Yes, please. Here you go. 3, 2, 1.
15, 14,
All right. This one is an
13,
LA-based
12,
hard
11,
rock band.
10,
They started in the club
9,
scene. This
8,
album was released in
7,
2021.
6,
It's actually
5,
one of my favorite new rock
3,
bands by far
2,
because of their sound. It's very
1,
classic.
0.
Dirty Honey, Another Last Time.
Nice. I've never heard this.
I'm so happy. I love having stuff that no one has heard and these guys, like they've been featured. I think I've seen something about them in like Rolling Stone and things like that. But they just put out their first. I want to say they put out their first album in 2019, their first stuff, and then this came out in 2021. They have another one a little bit after that, but they have a really wonderful sound. Like when you think like classic rock meets like rock, there's a little bit of southern rock flavor in there, in some places, but they're very good. These guys they're very talented.
Yeah,
So,
I listened to it earlier. I quite enjoyed it. It does have that very soft rocky feel to it, doesn't it? And they're apparently they're big out here.
Are they?
Yeah, they're big out here.
See, I had no idea. I found them right about when they came out. And then I really started listening to them when they put out this album in 2021. And so what was it? I think it's Rollin' Sevens. It was one of my favorite ones of theirs off of this. But this song, the writing is really well done. The production, the whole, the flow of it, the sound of it, to me, like that's like rock. Like it could have been like a rock classic, just because of just the sound of it. They have the look. They have the, like,
you got that 70s vibe going on, haven't they? That
a bunch of attractive dudes that look like they came out of like the 70s and 80s, and they have the sound really
bit
going.
Like how the Kings of Leon looked when they first broke.
Yes.
Big hair, big beards, flary shirts,
long hair.
Yeah.
Yep. Rockers for sure. So I like them a lot. I had to throw props to them because it's really well done stuff.
Well, there we go. Good. Dirty Honey. Lovely stuff. Right, moving on then. It is my long game. Cool. I feel left out because I give you guys these lovely intros each week and I want one. So
I'm going to start writing them for Sam.
Yeah. AJ, you take next week. And if you suck, then Andy can have it the week after that. How's about that?
I've already got mine.
Maybe I'll
ready
suck
for
on
you.
purpose.
Right.
I loaded the dishwasher wrong. Sorry.
Yeah. Jen, Sam.
All right, court in session. So my long pick this week is Welcome to the DCC by Nothing But Thieves. Honestly, if we're talking about what modern rock sounds like in the last 5 years, I think this is one of the clearest, boldest statements any band has made, because it's not just a rock song, it's an invitation, it's a provocation, it's a warning, and it's all wrapped up in a beautifully packaged 3.5 minutes of the slickest, smartest production you'll hear in contemporary guitar music. Welcome to the DCC kicks off with this almost like neon-soaked synth pop bait and switch kind of glossy falsetto, silky groove sting. And then out of nowhere, the band slams the accelerator and you're hit with one of the most infectious, strutting riffs of the decade. It's rock wearing a futuristic suit, grinning at you and asking if you're ready to join the new world order. Shall we hear a bit? Welcome to the DCC.
I've been shouting down a hall, hello, watching repeat. Say you're heaven in between, come and get me. I'm so ready to begin. I've been hoping for your call. Welcome to the DCC, that club today. You can live your perfect life. Wake up in the DCC, that club today. All the heaven on the top.
So there she is. Welcome to the DCC. The genius of this song is in the concept. So it's not just a vibe, it's world building. So it's the opening chapter of their album of a dystopian advertising campaign disguised as a rock single. DCC stands for Dead Club City, as you hear in the song, which is a fictional metropolis where everything is polished, curated, marketed, filtered, and sold back to you as the perfect life you didn't ask for. So it's corporate utopia dressed up as cultural nirvana. And the whole song is basically an infomercial from hell sort of thing. And that's why the clean, plasticky synths in the intro work so well, and why the riff hits like an exploding billboard. And that's why the chorus feels like a sales pitch with guitars and strings attached. It's like modern
very
rock.
pop.
Very pop, very
Yeah.
pop. Because it's modern rock commenting on modern culture, on fame, on capitalism, on curated identities, the constant push to sell, to brand, to become a product. And they package that all in this track that goes absolutely massive when it's live, but still feels fresh on every listen, blurring the way that we perceive rock, because it's got that kind of throwback 80s synthwave vibe in the same way as people like The Weeknd do and other modern artists are using.
I was absolutely going to say The Weeknd, 100%. That's who that makes me think of. Yeah.
But then they're a rock band, you know? So yeah, it's just got everything in there, from a bit of alt rock, electro pop, funk, stadio anthem, a little bit like concept art, a little sprinkle of that 80s new wave drama, and it all somehow kind of works. And I love it. What do you guys think?
I felt like I was in a nightclub at 2:00 in the morning. You know, you had all your ravey davy gravy and all that sort of nonsense, and all your party stuff and all that's gone on, and you're just about to come up. It's like your serious nightclubbers type of tune. I thought it's quite funky. It reminded me a little bit of Tame Impala, which are a big band out here. And I thought it was across very 70s, crossed in with student, which, you know, at my age, if you saw a student when you were 20, then you just wanted to beat them up because they were just idiots. So luckily you two are a little bit younger than that, so that wouldn't have applied. It's interesting. It is interesting. The production is interesting, especially like you really listen to it and what's going on underneath it all. But I got bored. Like I like that kick into that chorus and that funky bit, and then would I listen to it again? I really don't know. Like I liked it, but I felt let down a bit and bored, and it wasn't enough to hold me there.
Devastating.
I get it. I'm a little torn because like some of my kids, we listen to The Weeknd all the time. Like I was going to take them to see him in concert and things like that. And they remind me of another group that sounds a lot just like that song. There are a lot of layers to it. Like you're saying, like in the production, how they've got like the synth and the different things. And then it's got the real, the real side to it. I think that the lyrics kind of can make it lean towards the rock side, like kind of all, like we talked about like last week, almost like the anarchy and, down with the machine kind of thing. Right. But I will say I had to actually look at the lyrics because I had no idea what he was saying half the time. And for me, if I can't understand you, I may not like the song. Granted, the vibe of the song, it carries it. But like you said, Andy, it's like a loop. It's the same loop throughout the entire song to me. They did the dun, 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 like all the way through the song. That's the whole song. So I feel like it has a very good sound. It has a really good vibe. I understand what they were doing, but it doesn't really set it apart from me at all anyway. It kind of just gets lumped in with, they're trying to sound like The Weeknd.
I really must go and listen to what The Weeknd are like. I've never heard anything.
You should. Yeah, he's actually very good, but he can really sing too. Like it's a whole thing. So I'm not sure. It's almost a stretch for me to call it rock at all.
I was surprised. I mean, I know you like bending your genres with your selections and everything you do. So I like, all right, I'll just go with it. I thought mine were like on the edge of like rock and indie alternative. I think that is indie alternative. Actually, probably that song would come under that, wouldn't it? Rather than rock.
Well, the rock umbrella is pretty vast, isn't it? There are
very large.
Totally,
there are lots of ways you can interpret it.
Yeah, that's not the basis of what I'm just going on that song, but yeah, like I said, there was some interesting bits on it. It was just a bit repetitive.
I find that really interesting because when I was thinking about the song to select, what you guys have said about why it doesn't get you didn't even cross my mind, because to me, and it's probably because, you know, because I produce a lot, I just heard it. I was like, this sounds, obviously I knew the song already, but I just thought this just sounds great. And there's so much vibe.
It does.
energy.
It's a good sounding song.
Like I never even thought to come at it from the perspective of someone that wouldn't necessarily be into that sound and think, but is there enough song in there, or can I hear enough of the lyric and the message in there to be convinced, you know, from a not, you know, not so electro rocky guy, or from a more lyric focused songwriter woman, like thinking about it from different perspectives. I was like, this is dead cert. Now I've heard you saying what you're saying, and I'm like, what? They're going to flop it, clearly. And I'm like, oh.
Well, I was exactly what you just said then. I totally agree with that Fratellis song. Was, you know, I never thought about the production. I just went with the tune, and you know, you both brought up the production side of it, and you're like, oh yeah, you know. So it's interesting, you know, the takes we have and what your initial first reaction to when we hear a song is. You know,
I really
like
like the song though. It keeps me, you know, like I like it a lot.
Yeah, it made me give it that, you know.
Right. You're like this the whole time. But then you kind of like, you're not paying attention to anything else. You're just, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting because we all have main focuses like in different ways, but we can respect the different parts of things like professionally, like as producers and songwriters and singers and you know, artists and that sort of thing. That this is a room that not everyone looks at music the same way. Most people can't tell you why they like or they don't like a song. They're like, I don't know, I just like it.
So we have got
like
all this covered, aren't we? We're all producers, we're all songwriters, we're all musicians.
Yeah.
You should know everything. Anyone listen to this, this is your answer. If you're ever looking for any queries on music, listen to us three, because we're all mint.
We're mint.
It's like there was some really extensive casting process to find the three that would have, you know, the best variety of opinions and chemistry. But in reality, it was just, who can we cobble together that's stupid enough
like,
to do
hey,
this?
let's make this fun. Throw Amy in it too. Why the hell not?
We should have got one singer, one musician, and one producer, and then we could have had a different opinion. But no, all three of us do it all. So
yeah.
But I think we have there might be some similarities there. Like Sam and I, especially, I think there's some things that cross hairs as far as taste in music go, but we have very different, like, from different sections of the world and from like what we primarily listen to versus, you know, like it's all three very different perspectives. So
100%. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm torn on this one because I would put it on like a dance playlist because I like it. But for Rock Week, I gotta flop it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's dropping down there as well. For me, it's just got
Sam got a first flopper.
That's his first flopper, and there's no Robert Plant.
It's first flopper.
Well, now I know how it feels. Oh,
there you go.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful. The shame. I can't tell you how underachieving I feel. School report reads, must try harder. Right.
Just below passing grade.
Yeah.
1 point.
Reminds me of that Tenacious D skit from their first album. And Jack Black goes, he passed, but only just. You know what he got? F+. Click.
F+. Bitchin'.
Bitchin'. Right. Let's move swiftly on from my premiere flopper. We'll call it premiere to make it sound less disastrous than it was.
Sam has a premiere flopper.
First time for everything, mate.
Yeah, well, there we go. Andy, give us your final quickfire, please, sir. Are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
15,
This song
14,
is from a singer-songwriter from
12,
Newcastle in the
11,
UK. very
10,
strong vocals,
9,
honest lyrics,
8,
catchy
7,
melodies.
6,
This is Andrew
5,
Cushion and
4,
What
3,
Else You
2,
Got.
1, 0.
Andrew
Slow that
Cushion.
up. Yeah, so I stumbled upon him at the beginning of the year, just when I was trying to find new music. I was a bit bored with what was coming out, and he fits that Britpop kind of thing, which I like. And I was asking friends back in the UK, you know, anything going on here? What are you listening to? And they put this lad's album my way, and yeah, straight away, instantly, really, really strong vocal, really catchy melody on it, and just played it to death really for a couple of months. And that one is a really strong hook into that chorus, and it just really struck with me. That's the strongest song for me, but there's probably half a dozen good songs on that album, which if you can find that nowadays, you're on a winner, aren't you? So but no, really impressed with that lad, young lad from Newcastle. So no, he's big future out of him.
It is
Wow.
really hard if someone has an album to find an album anymore, even an EP that has like more than 2 songs on it, that you're not just like skip.
Yeah.
So if you can get a solid half or whatever of the songs, you're like, they're good. This is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit like my best of, all 19 are just winners.
That's what you think.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
19 are winners.
And all the other 127 people who streamed it.
Yeah.
It sounds like me talking to my kids. You guys are all winners. All 25 of you.
Yeah.
All winners.
Except when you're not, and then you're not.
And then you're not.
Yeah.
And then you're not.
Not
Yeah.
first, you're last. He's like, son, I was just kidding when I said that.
You're the first loser.
And the rest of you can follow in line.
Right. AJ, give us your
All
final
good.
quick fire, please. Here you go.
I gotcha.
Another 3, 2, 1.
15,
All right. I
14,
had to go with
13,
from the year 2025. We finally have a
11,
brand new
10,
Deucey off the
9,
presses.
8,
And it's
7,
old school classic
6,
80s rock
5,
vibes. And you would
4,
expect that from no
3,
less than
2,
Alice Cooper.
1,
It's the song Black
0.
Mom.
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
As if he's still
Cheekbones.
alive.
He's a cool guy. Like,
Yeah.
I've got to downright say, he's a very, very cool person. So I have some friends that actually work with him. And, like, he has, like, in Arizona, they have, like, a couple different places where he has, like, teens come. Like, it's like a rock house where they come and do music and they produce these teenagers and stuff. So, total side note, it's pretty cool. I'm like, respect. Yeah,
There's
but I've always liked
another,
Colonel Cooper.
Tenuous link to Johnny Depp there as well, isn't there? He's in a band, Hollywood Vampires, isn't he, with Johnny Depp?
Hollywood
Alice Cooper.
Vampires. He does play. Yeah, he does. He
Yeah.
does play. So that's very
And Joe-
interesting. When I found out
Joe
Johnny Depp was a
Perry,
musician, I was like, 13-year-old me been on my face. Okay, like
He played slide guitar on Fading Out, Oasis' album in '97 on Be Here Now.
Did he
But
indeed?
so listening to this is actually the first track on this album. It's a whole album. It's called Revenge of Alice Cooper, and it came out this year. And it's typical Alice Cooper, vibes, and it's got the creepy, almost like the 80s monster creep 'em out kind of vibes like he gives. But it's really well done. Like it kind of leads in, it's a little bit of a story. It's kind of creepy, and then they get into it. I liked it.
Interesting.
Well, good to have some Alice Cooper that isn't the obvious Alice Cooper. So thanks for that one, AJ.
Yeah.
And finally, then, right, at least you can't poo-poo this one. Here we go.
15, 14,
This is
13,
disco rock
12,
done with swagger,
11,
a gritty
10,
bass riff, a pulsing
9,
beat, and a
8,
chorus built to fill
7,
arenas. It's
6,
stylish, sharp,
5,
and impossibly
4,
tight. Royal
3,
blood, proving
2,
you can make rock that
1,
grooves without
0.
losing an ounce of bite. Royal blood, trouble's coming.
Ooh.
To me, like this song, I like the evolution of the band, because when they started, they're just a two-piece. So it's drummer and bassist, vocalist. Yeah, bass. Obviously, he uses all sorts of pedals, octaves, amp splits, all sorts of crazy stuff. But they started and it was just raw, like riff, drums, vocal in a very White Stripesy way. But
I was going to say White Stripes, hands down. Yeah.
But with a drummer that can play and with more attitude.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, that vibe. but then
Yeah, and does it
into-
look like she's not having her muffins buttered?
Absolutely, yeah.
Someone get the mop bucket, please. Clean up on aisle 5.
Meg has dropped the butter again.
Clean aisle 5, please. Please bring a mopping bucket.
To the woman in aisle 5, please pick up your butter.
Goodness, are we finished yet? No.
No, this is fun. They
Sam's ready to
came
run
out.
away.
They came out same time as the Black Keys. They're another 2-piece, weren't they? Yeah, really good. Black Keys are really, really good.
So I was excited for this song. I like that vibe. That's good. It is
Yeah,
good.
Royal Blood. I like Royal Blood.
Well, it was nearly my main pick, and it sounds like that would have been a topper. So
You never know. Never can tell.
no.
We like to keep on our toes.
At least you could do me the solid of hating on this one as well. Anyway,
Sammy's got his filming toy.
He is.
my
I like
toys
him
are out of the
already.
pram. The toys are everywhere. Well,
Oh, that's
there we
funny.
go. That's our final quickfire round. Anything we'd like to add, ladies and gents, before we wrap up?
Oh, I would say just make sure you keep your muffins sterile and your butter in the fridge.
Solid advice. AJ?
Hey, but you know what? No one likes to eat a dry muffin. So
And
I think this playlist is going to be great, guys. We're feeling the banger, okay? I'm going to just leave it
Yeah.
on that note.
and the dry muffins is the verdict. Some tracks soared, some's crashed, and a few blew out the speakers along the way. This has been Tracks on Trial. Court adjourned, riffs ringing. See you next time on Center Stage. Adios.